Mm. Share life. You're on the live. Sorry. Everything good?
Yeah.
Just walking on the. I'm stepping back soon. You have the win. That's how you doing. Win MPs. Yeah, you have Apnu reps here, Mayor of Linden. Here, Mr. Dominic. Right? You have Miss Taryn from the Cameroon here supporting out in sports. You have Michael Richmond, the sports actor.
I want you to read it.
Yes. Ejil, leave this place. You're a disgrace. What is he?
A disgrace.
What is he?
A disgrace.
All right.
Bishop.
Bishop.
This protest is going to be loud. We are starting here tonight, and Guyana, we are going to end up on Durban Street in front of the church tonight. The pastor or the bishop, the great bishop.
Don't attach your title to him.
He said he has,
Individual.
he said he have a family forum today, and he should not be speaking on behalf of families. There are families in Guyana who are burying their loved ones. So tonight we are going to be in front of the church. Let's come out and have a peaceful protest. Ejil must go. Ejil and Indar must go. Accountability must be restored to this beautiful land that we call Guyana.
There are families who can't even afford to bury their family.
Yes.
Because they're still overboard.
Gross incompetence.
Gross incompetence to the entire government.
Gross incompetence of the most
incompetent.
You have these young ladies here. We must stand united against authoritarianism, against intimidation, and against tyranny. We demand justice for all victims of the MV Barima tragedy. Where are you coming from, if you don't mind, my dear? Pardon, you're from Trinidad?
Yeah.
Give me a pound. Where are you from, my dear?
I'm Guyanese.
You're Guyanese. GT today, what?
To the bone.
All right. We have young activists here. Oh, you
The fact that there are first people. I think that there's so many things that is happening. The minister is out on social media saying that the boat didn't capsize because of any issue within the boat of itself. He's basically lying to us very confidently. And there's people who are home mourning, people who are crying, people who are literally out there wondering what to do next. And I'm saying and asking the government to please let go of Mr. Ejil, because if it was something done within another minister or a lower class person, they would have been removed immediately.
Hey,
all right?
No protest, silent.
Hi, my dear. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
These ministers are not capable of running the ministries that they're in charge of.
We have MP director of Amerindian Heritage, and she was out here Wednesday in support of the Amerindian People Association protest. Today she's out here for the Gen Z protest. What are your thoughts? For the thoughts, I would ask MP director as it relates to the families who are hurting out there.
Listen, we've been on the ground from the beginning. We've been on the ground Sunday morning. We got up to the news. I was in the meeting 4 a.m. Sunday. After that meeting, we were out of the house, traveling up to the Essequibo Coast. We went up to Charity. We were meeting with survivors right away. Thereafter, we were back on the ground again, talking to families, waiting for their relatives' body to be identified. It is hurtful. It is sad. And then to see Ejil and Indar walk with impunity, it's a spit in the face of the community. And we're saying they must go. Ejil cannot be in his office, Indar cannot be in his office comfortably seated while families are grieving. We need them to be sent home. They are not resigning. They don't have any decency. They need to be sent home immediately. We're saying Ejel and Indar must go. And also, they're not going to be allowed to make scapegoats out of the crew members. We're not going to have that as Guyanese citizens. We're not going to be hoodwinked by this administration. They have no decency. They're incompetent. They're corrupt. And we have to stand up. If we do not stand up for the ordinary citizens, if we don't stand up for the persons that don't have a voice to stand for themselves, then what are we doing in this country as representatives of the people, as elected representative of the people? It is my duty to be here. I have been on every protest. I don't care who organizes it. Once a protest is organized, I will be there. Ejel and Indar must go.
Thank you, MP Director. Mr. Angai, just give a few words pertaining to attending the Gen Z protest today. Come to his corner for me, please.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Guyana. So this MV Barima is definitely a tragedy, and one of the things that we're learning is that the government's posture is very callous, and all the activities that have been done so far, and all the activities that need to be done, the key thing is persistence. I simply suggest that, you know, every village, every affected person get connected in some way and continue to apply pressure, because this is a touchstone event, and it needs to teach the government about transparency and accountability. It needs to teach us about having proper regulatory systems in place. It needs to teach us about benchmarking in terms of how we deliver services to the people of Guyana. So the simple message is be persistent. There's a change that needs to take place, and be persistent about it. Don't give up. Don't let up.
Thank you. I know Mr. Onyx, youth activist, right? Front and center. You've been on all of the protests so far. You've been very loud on social media. You have started from day one calling for the head of Ejel and Indar. Even in Parliament, you were a strong voice there. Can you give me a few words as relates to what your thoughts today on this Gen Z protest? And apart from that, what would you tell the youths who are looking to come out here and who are scared to come out?
Well, I have lived under PPPC government for many of my years, and I've seen by the hand of the PPP what they would have done to stifle and stymie progress in this country and stifle free speech. And I've been seeing it over and over again, and I continue to see it. And if we as young people don't speak up, we will not have the voice that we will need tomorrow. And the tomorrow starts today. The tomorrow is not tomorrow that we're waiting on. The tomorrow is today. And we are just out here protesting for Ejel to go, because he is the minister responsible for everything, and in there for everything that occurred on the MV Barima. We can't stop today and take a thought and say that the persons that are steering the ship is the only responsible parties. No, it is not the only responsible party. The person that holds the power, that sends out their staff and the people out there, that is the one that we have to hold responsible today. So that is why we are out here.
All right. MP Amanzo, a few words. Yes.
There's a lot. A few words might not be sufficient, but we're here this afternoon. The university students have apparently organized the protest, and so they're here, silent protest, and as political parties, we're here to support them. And to song their voices. I am encouraged that that students from the university are out here. It shows just how deeply this tragedy has touched Guyanese lives, and I'm just happy to be out here to stand in support and in solidarity with them today. The call for accountability is important. and the government will do well to listen.
Yeah.
I am just encouraged to see the next generation out here is
The nursery.
is
The nursery.
immense, and it's something that we should be happy about.
Right.
But it's also indicative of the fact that I think the consciousness of the nation is being awakened.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 100 and something Guyanese lives.
Yeah.
We've lost, and so it's not easy, and it's good to see all of society being galvanized. No change in a country happens without a whole of society approach, and I think we're seeing that out there from all walks of life, all age ranges, people with disabilities. They're all out here, and the government will do well to listen. Yeah.
All right, Mr. Critchlow, kindly give me a few words. I know you're
One love, Delta9 Media family, and welcome to another live. They're live outside of the president's office. The opposition is protesting live right now outside of the president's office.
Let me just say I echo the sentiments of the MP just now. It is heartening to see that people are keeping up the fight. Right? I think a lot of times we get angry and then we get back calm. I think that this is an opportunity to show the government that we're not gonna just allow it to go. Right? I want to speak. I am so concerned about those young men who are being scapegoated at this point in time. Right? And I think that we have to continue to make noise to ensure that accountability is not just stops where at the crew and the captain. That those who are in charge of the system are held accountable. And we said something that justice is not about charging anybody. It's about charging the right person. It's about charging the right person, ensuring that the right people are held accountable. So it is criminal that the two ministers can't at this point in time even take it in their own good conscience to say, let me go and leave. Let me go and leave and divorce myself from this issue because of the conflict. And so it just tells you that they don't really care. And they don't really care. And I hope that we continue to keep it up. Whoever organized the protest, various parts of Guyana, Region 1 to Region 10, let us keep our feet on the ground and ensure that this matter just does not die, just go into the good night. That's my thoughts.
all right. Cassie, how are you doing? As a University of Guyana student, I know you're integral in this organizing of this event. You're a youth, you're a counselor at the Region 4 RDC. Give us a few words.
It's sad. It's very sad to see what is going on in Guyana today. But let me remind the people of Guyana that, enough is enough, and we must continue to stand for justice. We don't care if it's ministers. They too need to be put into their places. They need to continue to be held accountable. We as citizens of Guyana need to hold them accountable for their actions. And this is what we will continue to do as the youths of Guyana. We will continue to stand up for the people of Guyana, and to every family out there that would have lost friends and loved ones, and whoever would have lost persons from this tragedy, we are here to remind you that we will continue to fight for justice. We will continue to come out here and stand up for the people of Guyana. It's very sad, and the ministers need to be held accountable. Thank you.
Dr. Campbell, let's give us a few words. You're out here today supporting this Gen Z protest. It's silent, but it still has power. There's power in silence. Give us a few words.
Well, I'm impressed that beyond Gen Z, these are students from the University of Guyana who've organized the protest. And we have seen protests organized by the APNU, the political parties, and so on. And what we're seeing is a widening of the actions to protest this Barima tragedy, to stand up for the people, to stand up for the powerless. And in many countries, actually, it's the youths, it's the university students that will lead the rebellion, lead the revolution. And I'm so proud of them for organizing this protest, for coming out. I think this is what I expect of young people, and especially young people at the university. So I'm proud to stand with them here today in this silent protest, and to see a widening of the actions being taken against this government for this horrible tragedy. Thank you.
All right. There you have it, guys. We're moving on. We're going down the line. Oh, my friend, you must give us a few words, quickly.
All right. Good afternoon to Guyana. We are out here once more, and we are calling for the raising of the MV Barima. There will not be no business as usual, any business as usual, unless and until the MV Barima is raised to the surface. And I want to add that I saw that they have charged the captain and other members of the crew with murder. But at the same time, I'm thinking through, right? And I went through the laws. If these are members, these members of the boat, they are representative of the state, right? The three, the captain and the chief mate and so on. They are representative of the state. They work for the state. There's a subject minister that is responsible for them, that they work under that. Isn't that so?
Yeah.
And then over the subject minister is the prime minister that is responsible for the execution of the government business in the house. Am I going right?
Yes, so far.
So now, I gotta ask a question. If you charge the three crew members with murder, what happened to the minister? And what happened to the prime minister? They're supposed to get charged with murder too? Because they are the chief. They're supposed to get charged in some way. And so one thing they did, the state, I don't know if these guys like this stupid, like they go to school and what they call targets or something. Because if you charge the three crew members, the captain and them, it means that you are acknowledging that the state is comparable and the state went wrong because they are employees of the state. And so I would like to call on the Amerindian people and our brothers and sisters who has lost their families not to sign no document. Don't sign no document that this state come to you with. Don't sign it because they have claimed responsibility for the loss of your family. And so now you have to get with your attorneys and file a lawsuit against them. Do not collect any money from them or sign anything. Let your attorney direct you.
All right, thank you. There you have it, guys. We're going down the line. Don't forget, our two brothers here are here in support. They're here in support. How are you guys doing? You guys have a voice. Thank you for coming out. How are you guys doing? You want to say anything?
Just do the right thing.
Just do the right thing. I like that. How you doing, brother? You want to say a few words?
Yeah, sure. Any questions?
Pardon?
Any questions?
So, I know, what are your thoughts as 1 minute, let it stop fast. What are your thoughts as a young man? You're growing up in Guyana, you're seeing what's unfolding here. This is the government that is governing billions of US dollars. What are your thoughts pertain to your future and what urged you to come out here today?
Well, I know I'm young now, but this party and both the PNC and this party have been in power since Guyana has gained independence, and it isn't really anything to do with. Well, it hasn't started now. This isn't the first instance of something like this happening, and I don't think it will be the last until these parties that are corrupted, that are using, like you said, these billions of dollars for their own gain and not putting towards the Guyanese people. I think once we get these systems that they have put in place and these people that they have put that only have their own benefit, that are only looking out for themselves, once we get them out of power and put someone in power that focuses on our people, then is when we will get justice and have a proper day.
Thank you, my brother. You want to say anything, my dear? You want? My brother. Since you come touch the camera, you have Attorney at Law Ronald Daniels here, right? He's in support of this Gen Z protest organized by the Student Society of the University of Guyana. Give us a few words, Attorney.
Well, firstly, I just want to commend
the young university students. And this is what universities traditionally do. The students are usually the advocate. If you look anywhere across the world, right, students are the ones who are leading the revolution. So I'm really happy that our Guyanese students are waking up and leading that revolution as well. And I must commend the various party reps out here who are standing in solidarity with the people. Right, today it might be me, tomorrow it might be you. And if you don't stand with me today, then who's going to stand with you tomorrow? And one of the calls I want to make, given that I have the benefit of this platform here, is that for the captains who are piloting these vessels across the country, bear in mind that could have been any one of you. You guys need to stand in solidarity with your brethren. It might be them today, you tomorrow. Don't take this for granted. God forbids anything happens to any one of those other vessels under your watch. You and your crew would be held responsible. You know the condition of these vessels. You know what is it you face on a daily basis. Now is the time to take a stand. Now is the time to stand in solidarity with your brothers.
Thank you. We have these two lovely young ladies here. I'm going to start here and then I'm going to come on to the cross section. Good afternoon, my dear. It's good to see you out here supporting the Gen Z's, this student protest. Give us a few words.
Yes, it is very good to see the Gen Zs come out to protest. It is time for them, for you to take up the mantle. Of course, you know that we are here in support of the victims, the mothers who lost their children, the fathers, the children who lost their parents. And actually, it is time for those who are responsible to show up and to take the responsibility and to be accountable to us. It is time for those in charge and who made these mistakes year after year to resign, as they should. And it is time actually to free the people who they've locked up so that there can be a decent commission of inquiry, which actually COI for me usually means conflict of interest, which is what it turns out that these members of that commission appear to be.
Wow.
A total conflict of interest in definition.
What are your thoughts, Delta9 Media
Anyway,
family?
So here we are in solidarity, and I hope that to see more and more Gen Zers out for this very worthy cause. It is your right and it is your life.
Thank you. We're going here to a former member of parliament, a woman who wields authority and she understands how the government system works. Former MP, Mrs. Cathy Hughes, give us a few words today as you're out here.
Sure, I'm out here again because I feel strongly that this is a national issue and we have to deal with these challenges. The system has to change so that more Guyanese can benefit from the system. This incident just highlighted a lot of what's wrong in Guyana. I'm excited today, and I'm here because young people are taking a lead. This country, I'm on my way out, meaning we're the old people now. We battled over the last 20, 30 years, and I'm excited that young people are now taking control. We want to see you step forward and you mold the society that you want Guyana to be. There's just so much that we've been able to achieve, but I'm confident that Guyana, a future Guyana, is in some safe hands. So today we stand in solidarity for a better Guyana and for solutions to the many problems we have. And my sympathies, of course, to all the family and all Guyana who are affected by this terrible tragedy.
All right, thank you. MP, just give us a few words. You have a member of parliament from the We Invest in Nation out here. She's been on every protest. She's stood with her brothers and colleagues in parliament, and she's here today supporting the youths. Give us a few words, MP.
Yes, good afternoon, Guyana. I stand here with the youth of today, and I'm very impressed, and I also want to commend them for their bravery. Because today, many of our young people are silent, but the fact that they have organized this picketing exercise, this form of protest against what is happening in our country, this speaks volumes because they clearly are showing to the PPP administration that they have no confidence in their future here in Guyana. And they have no confidence in what is happening relating to the MV Barima tragedy. And what are we setting? What kind of example are we setting as leaders for the next generation if we can't do the right thing, if we cannot lead by example? We're the ones that have to set the pace for our younger generation. So I want to commend them for stepping forward and showing what really needs to be done in this time. And we must unite. And I'm very proud of our young people today for coming together in this cause.
All right, thank you.
One love, Delta9 Media family, and welcome into the live. This is a live protest in front of the president's office. Do remember, like and subscribe. Show the world what is going on in Guyana. This is our future. These are the younger kids that want to come out today with the MPs to show what is going on and what they stand for.
Have organized this silent protest, and we are really proud of them for this. And I want to say to the PPP administration, when you see young people start stepping up and start standing up, know you are in trouble because our young people do not agree anymore with what you are doing. And that means you need to step aside, you need to step down, and you need to resign from office and give this country to people who are competent enough to run this country. And that is what the young people are saying to you this afternoon. Thank you.
All right. MP Burger. He's also MP for the We Invest in Nation Hall. As you guys know, he's of Amerindian descent, and he is representing you at the highest level in Parliament. Give us a few words, MP.
Good afternoon, Guyana. First of all, I must applaud the efforts being exhibited here by the future generation, the Gen Z, in coming together and organize such an activity. It goes to show that this issue that is happening in Guyana is far more than politics. It affects a wide cross-section of the Guyanese population. And the Gen Zs are saying enough is enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's time that we have responsible leadership. And they're taking a stance. And I'm here in solidarity with them. We have to put party. We cannot put party above people. When we do that, we lose our humanity. We have to stand for something that is principled. And that is the only way Guyana can go forward. We have to take a stand and we demand leadership, responsible leadership. And here, I will always lend my support to something like this. And I applaud the Gen Z for coming up with such an initiative. And we need justice for everyone who was affected by this tragedy.
All right, thank you. MP, you want to give a few words before I move on to the Gen Zs, or you want to give the Gen Zs first? Whichever one. All right.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's a bit of bittersweet for me. The sweet is that I am proud as a university lecturer to see that the university students have organized this event. It shows that regardless of political affiliation, race, and everything that we think about and all the challenges that we face every day in Guyana, that this situation has affected everyone. And regardless of what your political thinking is, everyone has to come together for this reason, for this tragedy that is taking place in Guyana, recognizing that it could have been any one of us. And the kind of support that you're not receiving from the government, the misinformation and all of that was unwarranted, and we all recognize that. And that's why I'm proud that they're able to come out here today. The situation of the MV Barima sinking is one that is affecting every Guyanese, regardless of where you are. Their parents looking at their children thinking, oh, this could have been my child, and I'm happy to have my child here to be able to hug them. I'm happy to have my husband, my wife here with me. And they understand it. Even if you were not one of the persons who survived, or you're not a relative of the survivors, you feel it, you understand it. Everybody's hurting. Every time you hear the stories, it brings tears to everybody's eyes. And we are happy, we in Destination for the Party as well, to be here to support this, because we support people. And right now, the people of Guyana are hurting, and we want to be here to ensure that we support them in every way that we can.
All right, thanks, sir. Here you had it. We have some young people here. You guys want to give a few words? I didn't want to give, but they're here, they're supporting. And as the trend or the theme that is being repeated, when you see the youths come out, it means something. We have MP Psycho Andrews here, all right?
Edgel must go.
Edgel must go. Give me this.
Edgel must go. Edgel must go. Edgel and Inda must go. Leadership, right? What we need, like the young people are saying, I support them. We need accountability. Each of us has a stake in ensuring that the vessel, that the boat is floating, right? I continue to say this. Every Guyanese has a stake in that, right? Every Guyanese. And so we need it to you. Hold on.
All right. Oh, you wanna come? Oh. All right. All right. We have my friend here. She was out here when the AP organized the protest. She's here today again in support of the Gen Zs and the youths. How you doing? You're good. You're good. Glad.
Look where I have to stop.
I love it.
We are able to recognize you.
I love it. Excuse me. MP Nemo, just a few words, please. I see you just in your African attire. You're out here today. Come in the corner for me. Supporting the youths. Give us a few words, please.
Good afternoon to everyone, the viewers. I'm out here this afternoon to give support to the youths. I'm happy that the youths have used the opportunity to let their voices be heard in this tragic moment in Guyana's history. Our young people are our future, and our young people have the right to do what they're doing here to make their voices heard. You know, even as I'm standing here and listening to the young man express his views on the importance of accountability and the minister doing the right thing, schedule, and in that, this is step down and need to go so that the proper investigation can be done into this tragic story that we are continuing to witness day after day. And so, like I said before, I'm very delighted to be here with our youth, because the youth are the future of Guyana. And hearing them in this moment, adding their voice to the call for justice, is very, very welcoming, and I trust that this will inspire them to continue to lift their voice to speak against injustice that's being done in Guyana.
All right, thank you, MP. There you have MP Nemo. Come, give me a few words, my brother. Anybody who wants to speak? This is Memo Palmer, Nemo Foodbest. Give us a few words, my brother.
We are not with any
We know.
persons. We're just with the people.
Yeah.
And we're here to stand up for the people of Guyana.
All right, thank you. I love that. I love that. We, the people, Guyana. I love that.
We want to emphasize that this is a youth-led movement.
Yes, it is.
And this movement came from the tragedy that happened with the MV Barima. We want to keep those survivors and the families who've lost their loved ones in mind today as we stand up for justice to those families. This tragedy is a reflection of systematic failure, and this is our future, and we are taking responsibility for it. I want to reiterate again that we are not a political organization. We are not affiliated or funded by any political party. We are youth-led and youth-funded. What you see today is contributions from young people all across Guyana, and we just want to make that clear.
All right, thank you, guys. You heard that. This is a youth initiative. The youths are speaking out. They sung in their voice. They put boots on the ground. This was organized by the youths, who are the future. And youths get a lot of slack for not stepping up. I think you need to applaud them today for this. They stepped up, they came out, sorry, and they're showing that Guyana has capable youths who are capable of not only making decisions for themselves, but also organizing and showing what they can do, showing that they too have a stake. They too have a stake. They have a role to play. Oh my, we have my dear friend, Auntie Dawn. How are you doing? Member of Parliament for We Invest in Nature. You know? Give us a few words. I know last night it was really touching for you. A few words. You're out here with the Gen Z protest.
Big up to the youths who stepped forward and made their voices heard. Very important for them to understand that the future is saying that, listen, fix the system because this is systematic failures that we will not adopt into our generation. It got to fix now. Big up to all the youths who step out and did their thing. One love every time. Let's see some more going on the ground.
Same purpose, in solidarity with our people, their families and friends who lost their loved ones. We're calling for the MV Barima to be floated. We need it up because we need to know exactly what is down there.
All right.
There is a story to
Float
tell
the
in that
boat.
shipwreck, and that story must be told.
I thank you. We have here former Minister of Public Works or Infrastructure, Mr. David Patterson, leader of AFC, and he would have from day one sung his voice to this issue. Give us a few words, Mr. Patterson. Please.
Well, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be out supporting the students. I mean, I think that's very progressive. You know what I mean? And they've asked us to come out in silent protest, and we're all in silent protest, well behaved. I mean, I see we have a lot of police present, but I think they're here more not for us. Maybe they're here to arrest the PPP people when they pass. But so we're here supporting commemorating with the deceased and supporting the survivors, and joining in the call that everyone has that the salvage the boat. Let me tell you all something. The Titanic sank about 70 years ago, and there are people and they are trying to raise it for 70 years now, right? I mean, so the mere question that people 70 or more years couldn't get closure for the Titanic sinking. Why is the government thinking that our indigenous people get closure by just leaving the boat there? I mean, and they spent billions of dollars trying to get the Titanic up all these years. For reasons families need closure, you need to know what went on so that it doesn't happen again. If you don't do this correctly, it can happen again. The mistakes that cost 100 lives can be repeated.
100 plus
lives can be repeated because we don't exactly know what's happening. If the boat is overloading, if the engines aren't working, if the hull was breached, So I can't see, unless you have something to hide, why the government is resisting to it. It could be money, because this year at the price of oil, right? Oil is over $100-something a barrel, so as they call windfall, we got plenty money. Right? We could take it to do all sorts of sports. They bring down Miniman and CPL and all those nice fancy things, But we could skip a game because we could skip a game of CPL and bring the ship up, You know what I mean? So we could say CPL don't play Saturday and Sunday and take that money and go and salvage the boat. So therefore, it's not a question of cost, just a question of will. And so, but Guyanese know where there's smoke, there's fire. And so, it's smoking now. So we see what fire they don't want us to see. So thank you.
Brother, give us a few words. I know you're out here supporting the youths, all right?
I'm just here. It's a very sad story. And I'm just here to lend support, Amerindian and they're just indigenous brothers.
All right, thank you. We have attorney at law Darren Wade, he was a youth advocate, even though he's still young, right?
Still young.
He has been songing his voice on social media. He's been on the ground. He's been attending the funerals of some of the deceased for that MV Barima. Give us a few words, Mr. Darren. I'm calling you MP because I'm seeing the future.
I hear you. And amen. Let us make no mistake. The PPP government, the government of Guyana, the state of Guyana, is 100% responsible for the deaths of the victims of the MV Barima. I have taken note that the president has commissioned a commission of inquiry. I have taken note that he has also established a body to audit the safety in relation to seafarers or those who traverse our waters. I have taken note of the charges that were placed for murder by the Director of Public Prosecution. I have taken note of statements being made by by our Attorney General saying that the persons charged are primarily responsible. I disagree with the Attorney General's view. The state is 100% liable. What I have noted when you look at statements and actions being taken by government, seems to be a parallel process. There's a commission of inquiry by the president, there's a charge by the DPP. That creates confusion.
This is what we saying from the jump.
The role of the commission of inquiry is to investigate and make recommendation to the president. The role of the police and the DPP is to investigate criminality. I cannot fathom, I cannot see how those charges were laid on the basis for those charges. And I've asked the question, were these men committing a robbery at sea when this boat sank? Were they created a violent crime of rape or something else at sea, and as a result, the MV Barima sank? Based upon the report that I am receiving, I haven't seen any of those things. Let us not forget, the UN said Douglas matter. They went ahead and made several charges that we know from the beginning that would have failed. And that is what they're doing here. And strategically as well, because a competent lawyer, and I suspect the authorities are aware, will inform these persons should they be subpoenaed, because they will have to be subpoenaed to go before the CI to remain silent. So that's what I'm saying. It's confusion, because they have a right not to incriminate themselves. So how will we get to the bottom of it if the people who should be talking cannot speak? Because as lawyers, the first thing we go to the police station, or the first time we meet our client, you remain silent. Those charges, as Mr. Norton did an excellent job today, those charges are to silence these people. Because as a lawyer, if I don't tell my client to be silent, and they go out and talk, I could get myself in trouble. Ethical issues, negligence, and so forth. So the only basis and justification for that is to silence these people. And when you look further, the issue of negligence, manslaughter, and what is required, those who are the duty, whether or not they fail that duty, and as a result of the failure of that duty, the people lost their lives. When we look at those with the cushy jobs, those with the fancy chairs and the ACs and so forth, what about if they failed? What if they failed to carry their duties? We would like the investigation to go that way. So what the murder charges has done is to divert, because with murder, they must have the intention, the mens rea. You have to have the intention, the forethought that, look, we're going to kill them people at sea. Look, we're going to rape these people at sea. Look, we're going to rob these people at sea, and as a result, the ship sank. Based upon the report, none of that happened. So I call on all right-thinking members of Guyanese society. I have noticed even folks in Trinidad have been speaking out against this injustice.
Yes, Mr. Ram.
And this disrespect and insult and excuse for charges. We want to get to the bottom of this. And I thank you very much. I call upon Guyanese to join us.
All right.
Let us grow larger. Thank you.
I'm coming to my friend here. Mr. Carrington, how are you doing? Right, I'm going to come to you, but you don't know. You come to the roses before the thorns. Right? Give us a few. Right? Give us a few words, my dear. You're out here today supporting Gen Z. Give us a few words.
What happened on the MV Barima, it was a result of people not doing their jobs, people refusing to do their jobs. The Ministry of Public Works, they have a responsibility to ensure the efficiency, reliability, and safety of public transportation for each and every citizen of Guyana. And over 100 people are dead, drowned, because of the negligence, incompetence, and complacency of the Ministry of Public Works. And Edge Hill must go.
All right. Where are you coming from? We want to see how far this protest would have drawn persons. Where are you coming from?
East Bank.
East Bank.
Yeah.
Mr. Jabbar, I don't think you're going to get off. Let me your phone. I'm going to hold it. All right. He needs to be interviewed. So give us a few words. Come in the corner for me.
Listen,
because this government will hit you down.
Yes, because clearly they don't have any value for any guy in his lives.
Yeah.
I came out here today, and I think this is the most important message here.
Sure.
It's understanding that all of us have to come out here and use our voices. Even our simple presence being here shows the numbers, shows this government that all Guyanese are demanding accountability. I'm out here not necessarily to be, one of the people being interviewed, but to show the Guyanese public on my platform how many people are out here demanding this accountability. You are not alone in your homes. You have to come out. We talk about sacrifices. We talk about compromise. A lot of people are worried about their jobs, or worried about whatever else they have going on in their lives right now. But as one of the young ladies just said, today them, tomorrow is me. Right? Tomorrow is us. So unless we're out here making sure we do our part and use our voices, this government will continue to neglect the people. We will have more deaths like this. We had the Mahdia fire. We lost so many children in that. And we watch after that, so many schools continue to burn down. And I know Guyanese from across this country can go and see how many schools still don't have fire suppression systems. Meaning, now that this boat has sunk, if nothing comes from this, if no accountability is had, then what do you think is going to happen? Tomorrow is back to business as usual. We will have more deaths inevitably. So I understand. I have a child here. All of you, we just had an Amerindian mother that I spoke to. Everyone is losing family members, losing people we care about. How could you not be here fighting for this? Nobody's asking anybody to be political. Nobody's asking anything like that. What we're saying right now is this is the government in power and they have to be held accountable. If it was another government, we'd be doing the same thing. So this is not about politics. It's about them in power now. They had the ability to do the right thing, put in the right systems, put the competent people, and they chose not. They have to bring this boat up. The next thing is this investigation. If they're not going to do this investigation properly, don't do it at all. Let another independent organization come in. We've already seen now with these 3 men that are being charged that that's going to interfere with the COI. Now they're deciding to not bring up the boat. That will interfere with the COI. All of this is evidence. All of this needs to come out now. So we got to do our part here to make sure the government knows we're serious as people, and it cannot be business as usual. And that's why we're all out here. And I'm encouraging everyone to come out. I know these protests are going to continue next week. Make sure you're all coming out here and making your presence felt. We all have to do our part here.
All right, thank you. We have a few lovely young ladies here. We don't know if they want to give their voice to the issue. All right, we're going to just read her sign saying she doesn't want to speak. Thank you for coming out, by the way. Delta9 must go. You see, the youths have spoken today, and if this doesn't tell you something, I don't know what else will. We have our Amerindian brothers and sisters out here. They're here also. You guys can see they're here standing in solidarity, and they will be out here next week and weeks to come until we get justice and until we get the decisions that we want to make. My brother?
All right, we don't know much about these people.
Right.
And then they're using government.
No more power around. Excuse me, can you give me explain some of this to the viewers, your native language and so forth?
Oh, my native language?
Yeah.
Is Karina, because my grandmother is
the whole thing is
okay.
Rao and Alina.
We just wanted
to explain that language.
To fight anybody, but
it would take a lot. It would take a lot.
Okay.
I thought I was pure Alina, which colonialism, described us as Arab, as cannibals, which was the other way around. They were the cannibals because if somebody's lost at sea, and they had no food, you start eating each other.
Yeah.
They came and saw us. I think there's a big misconception of how things happen. And, you know, colonialism really messed up our culture. Made us look like we were like savages. We were the same. If you look back in history, even to today, Kalina Karina, which, you know, known as Carib, live side by side with the Arawak. It's just that whenever someone and foreigners come into that place, they study how to disrupt the nation. And we see it with the Incas, we see it with the Aztecs, the Mayans. It's the same story, and you know we need to just come together and kind of like say that. But in my language, it's really difficult, and it will take a lot for me to kind of.
All right. Thanks for your support. Thanks for coming out. See, guys, everyone is out here. Right, we have all age groups. Sorry, my dear, out here. They're showing respect for our forest people.
Everything's going to go so far.
Aye.
Big up to all the travelers that's live with us right now as we go to Denham still, where the protesters are live and they're definitely making their stance for what's going on right here with the MV Barima International Digital Connection. Please and thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thumbs up this presentation so that the world can see what's going on in Guyana.
Here, he's taking pictures. He's in support also. Even if he's a PPP, he's here. Right? He's supporting. We don't care. He's here.
So we're doing this because it's what we love, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. This is the person that we love. We're gonna do this. This is not about having your own.
Sandrine, please. We actually just for one night.
They're not gonna show this.
No, but we don't want no placard. We don't want no signing. No, it's either you be with us or you don't.
The community came out on the eve of emancipation. This shows resilience. This shows resilience. The community came out.
People are serious on the ground. When persons could take time off and say emancipation, this or that, people say, no, we can take this little free time and this extra time, and we're gonna deal with something that definitely gotta be dealt with. Big up to all the travelers that's live with us right now in this presentation. Who's in the chat?
Good night,
Cheryl.
Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for tuning in. Cheryl is saying good evening to Delta9 and all the right thinking Guyanese people. It's time for the removal of the PPP. Big up yourself, Cheryl, and thanks for dropping insightful commentary into the comment section. Edmond, what's going on, buddy? Edmond is saying no unified opposition because the APNU failed the people. Nav Joe, big up yourself, King. Nav Joe saying Guyanese lives matter. Definitely do. Definitely do. Yeah, I'm glad to see the young people outside involved in what's going on, even though they're saying they're not with, no political movement or anything. It's understandable, but it's definitely commendable that they came out and they made their stance about what's going on. And they ain't just sitting idly by and tolerating the foolishness that they would have to now inherit it completely in a couple of years.
Guys, forgive us. The internet is a little bad in this area, but we're here. We are here, guys. As you can see, the officers are doing their job. They're maintaining the peace. We thank them. Peaceful protest. This is one of our cheerleaders. She's leading the cause from day one. All right, guys, the driver wants to turn the vehicle. Let's excuse.
We going down the back street.
Evidence. Bring up the evidence. Give me the drums. You ready? You ready, guys? We're going through here now. We're going through this side. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. All right.
Even if you want, you feel self a PPP village, it's something you have to do. But then I'm people like this, man. Nobody is doing this one this year. I going with the floor, I going with them, and then I going back to me.
we need the boat up. And all the family at this moment are saying as they need the boat up to see the love.
Mr. Mohammed had to sit down with some of the survivors and the family members. And this is what they had to say.
One. There is no family that I know saying that no memorial site they're looking at. Any memorial site you could do it when the boat come up. That's my one aim. Because you will have to do it. Because his family's dead by the 5th day and over, there is a landmark supposed to be built there. So that's my one aim and desire at this moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Frank. Thank you. So you heard from Raul Frank's father. He stated clearly no memorial site. He wants the remains, even if it's 2 bones. They must recover to bring closure. He made some important points about Exxon. While they're going down thousands of feet to take out our oil, the president, thousands of feet to take out our oil. You just can't go down 30 feet to get human beings, our fellow brothers and sisters. The bodies already remain under there. She want to say something?
Yeah, I'd like to say good afternoon. And this is Raul Frank. This is my son. And if it's the bone from the boat, I will like to have it. If it's the bone on the boat, I will like to have it. The boat must raise. That is all I need right now.
Oh, yes. This is the Kurtz family.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jasmine Kurt. I'm the daughter of Neil Kurt and the niece of Kenrick Kurt. My father worked on the MV Barima all my life. My uncle recently started assisting him. My family was not able to bring my father or my uncle home safely or lay them to rest. I spoke with the president on Wednesday, and I'll tell you exactly what I told him. I would like his administration to spare no expense and to use all the resources available to them to bring the boat up. We live in a technological world and age. Use our resources and get the best technologies available to retrieve any bodies that might be out there and to bring the boat up. Who knows? My father knows the kind of man he is. I say is because I don't know if he's dead or alive. I don't know. I don't want to use was. They know my uncle as well, the wonderful people that they are. And they deserve to be found wherever they are. We deserve to have closure. We deserve to know what happened to them. That's all.
That is Mr. Neil Court. Yeah. And Kenrick Court. Oh, you spoke on behalf of both of the courts. His family law. Well, we don't know as yet, but 2 family members are missing for the Court's family. Mr. Neil Court, 57 years of age, the canteen operator, and Mr. Kenrick Court, the canteen assistant that works along with him. They serve the people well, ensure they have food, drinks, thousands of persons, tens of thousands of persons they would have served throughout the years working on that vessel. So I want to thank them for their service, our beloved country, our people. And I hope the president, come on, Ali, come on, President Ali, have some empathy. Come on, we know you can get this done. You can get it done. This vessel is just 40 feet down, just 500 tons. There's 500 tons this vessel weighs. It's not like if the vessel weighs a couple thousand tons. While Exxon taking our oil out the ground thousands of feet down, we got our fellow brothers and sisters trapped under there, just 30 feet, 40 feet. And yet you're not making no effort to float the boat.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Brian Thomas' big sister. All I'm kindly asking the president is to bring the boat up. At least I just need my brother. If it's a bone, I'll be thankful. That's all I'm asking him because I really need him or something, I could get to see him. That's all I'm asking the president to do. Because I fed up waiting and waiting and waiting. I need the boat to raise. That's all I'm asking him.
And how old is Brian?
Brian is just 13 years old.
And you lost a brother.
And I lost a brother. And he cannot bring back a brother and give me. I need the boat to raise. And I'm not giving up. I will fight it. I have to get, if it's my brother born, I have to get it.
Well, this family buried their little brother just the other day.
Sunday only got buried.
Sunday. Buried a 9-year-old. And the 13-year-old brother is missing.
Still missing. Daddy wants something? Daddy? You want something?
Pressure.
I must say good afternoon to every one of you. I find my son. I get me daughter up to now. And I just cry night and day. I want to bring up the boat. The boat got to come up. If me get me daughter be a dress, if she be a bone, I want it. I got to carry back Northwest for no me baby, my daughter the Northwest at the burial ground. That's all I cry now for. Let them bring up the boat.
Bringing these samples why? So persons can stay connected with the original story, with the story of those that are directly gonna have to continue to live with this trauma. You hear what our brothers and sisters are saying? Float the boat over and over again. And persons are still playing games and putting out all kind of conversations about what they plan to do with memorial, and they're leaving it up to the family. You hear what the family is saying and the loved ones are saying? Float the boat. And I want every person now, we get more than, let me see, almost 300 persons alive with us right now on Delta9 Media, this international digital community, right? I'm just asking, please and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, hit the thumbs up button so that this can get out to the widest possible audience, so persons can hear the words coming from the family and echo it. Take a sample and share it. Share it with persons so they could understand that this is what the family is saying. Let the international community understand that this is what the survivors, the loved ones are saying. Because people are putting out all kind of gaslights and all kind of narratives. All right? Let's continue with it, please. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Share the live and thumbs up the live so that it'll get boosted by the algorithm. So maximum amount of persons will be able to see what's going on and understand these details.
And then I will be more happy and know that my children is not rest with me. That's all I got to say.
It's tragic, bro.
It really hard. Only Sunday afternoon I bury my son. And I want my daughter, I'm begging them to bring up the boat. That's all I want. So if the man say if he broke up, the bone them go scatter. But say, well, if you got to scatter, we go test, we go know who is the family bone. And that's all I got to say for now.
So sad, so sad. Condolences to all the family members and the loved ones, and rising power to our everlasting energy that would have transcended. It's so sad.
You're a survivor too, right?
Yes, I am a survivor. Eve Jerome.
You know that again, Mike?
Yeah, that's all it is.
This thingy.
Yeah, that's all.
Oh yeah, sir.
Big up yourself, Brandon, and our condolences to you. Brandon is saying R.I.P. Uncle Neil. Big up yourself, Brandon. Condolences to you and your family in this your time of loss. So sad, bro.
I must say good afternoon to you, my brothers and sister. I'm a parent of I'm the father of Alia Gonzal and Jacob Jerome from the Northwest area. I'm so happy to get contact with our beloved brother, Mr. Mohamed. And we are here to make a request that we really need even our children clothes, or the girl clothes, or she bones, frame, or whatever. So we asking that the boat must be lifted up from wherever it is. And I know to my heart that there is nothing so hard to done, because it's not doggone down in the boat there. It's our children. We that as parents and relatives to the family that lost, we know the feelings. Up to now I can't even eat. I can't even sleep. Just grieving to know where is my daughter. And I'm so happy that we still have somebody could try the best to do for us. This man is a man with a heart of flesh and not steel. So we decided to reach out to him, that things could put in place, that we could get to know what happened with my daughter. I'm so hurt to know before that boat left the afternoon, the last word I hear from my daughter and my son. But whoever take this thing as a joke or as whatever to them, I want to fall in, and I want to don't fall for nothing. I want to fall in. So if we just asking, and we give thanks and praise to this fellow brother. That's all I have to say. We need the boat to get up our children, get to know if it's the bone or the clothes we could find. We feel so happy. Yes, brother, is
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm speaking on behalf of the entire court family, especially the civilians that are overseas and cannot be here at the moment to voice their disgust and really all the disbelief on the treatment by the government from the inception of this incident. Before I go to that, I want to tell you that all my Amerindian brothers and sisters, everyone that support this government got stomach. Yeah. Why I gotta say that? Neil take me to the Georgetown ferry stallion the time he was just a booking clerk. And the boat used to leave from there. All these people used to be locked in the waiting room. The boat would come, moor, and thing. Then they would make one release of this gate. And the struggle and the agony with people to get onto that boat and try to get a space with the belongings was so agonizing. These people, with all the long journey and the rough voyage, many of them sleep on the floor. Through all this, over the years, both administrations failed them a lot because over the years, these people struggle to get home and get to town on that boat. Struggle. There's never no comfort and nothing. Some people got sleep on the floor. Goods too much. Goods packed all in places that they should be. Hammock tight all over. Some people sleeping on goods. And through all of that, these people still proudly support y'all and vote for y'all. And still, year go, year come. Election go, election come. No changes. It get
why only one engine to working when the boat went?
Well, you had to put the generator on to push the other engine. So there was already a problem. The boat, you said the boat wasn't overloaded. But still, you up to now, you can't give me the count to the people that are on the boat. Despite you said it, you fail again. That show you're definitely out of depth and contact with the people under your administration. So you don't even have a correct estimate of goods and people on the boat. You care nothing for them people. That's why I'm saying again, the Amerindian people in the Northwest District that support you, they got guts. Because, bro, all the way you feel them right through. Right through you feel them. You on a rescue mission. And until an ordinary man had to say, look, I think this boat there's somewhere. You didn't even make an attempt to locate this boat. You didn't even make an attempt to try to locate wherever that boat was. That is another neglect again.
Definitely another neglect again. You know, as we analyze this thing is really, really upsetting, you know. Really upsetting. Because this boat should have floated or they should have raised the boat at least 1 to 2 days after. Given the depth, given the fact that so many persons might be trapped on the vessel. You know, so listen, so many complications to this thing. But let's hear what other right thinking Guyanese are saying. Big up to all the persons who are part of the chat right now, all the frequent travelers, all the new travelers. Thanks for being a part of this international digital connection.
Watching those boat captains go to jail for murder. We ain't even hear from the captains. Up to now, I never see a proper interview with none of the captains to hear their side of the story. Up to now, I ain't see an interview with none of the foreign divers that came in the country. We ain't seeing these people, we ain't hearing from these people. Everything is quiet on the creek. For real? You can't even give an opinion. You can't even talk. You gotta watch your back. You gotta watch what you're saying because they're gonna come after you. You're gonna be next. Even down to the lawyers, them don't want to take certain cases because they know they're gonna face backlash. So the lawyers can't help you. And I still don't understand why we have blue water divers coming in with black water. Then for the complaint that it's hard to see down there, the. We have professional divers in this country that can go down in any black water and do what they need to. I saw a man comment and say he can come out of retirement to go and dive down. We have people who know our waters, but they don't want that because then some things might come up, things that they don't want us to know. You see, if the boat leave on the water, I know what more I could tell y'all. Because as a nation, we're not mad enough about this. Because if we don't care about such a big issue, it's over 100 bodies. then we're hopeless. I think I helped fully. We're serious.
My Guyanese brothers and sisters. I go over say here in the diaspora because I'm in the diaspora. I'm not home, but because I get so accustomed to speaking a kind of, you know what I mean? Anyhow, good morning to one and all. To all my Guyanese brothers and sisters in Guyana and in the diaspora. Right? Now let me say this here, so without further ado. Remember I told you guys in my last video, I think I had the video before, the previous video before, that we're going to be so divided. Well, guess so. We are now. And we're so divided right now, it's not even funny. With opinions and everything else. We're so divided. I don't know what is it going to take for make us to come back together as a people. They say united we stand, divided we fall. Right now we're falling. And we're falling at a rapid pace too. I don't know how much you guys realize this is, sir. We are falling at a rapid pace. Last night I was watching, right, the protests by the opposition leader and the other opposition parties. Out there. Psycho was out there, and other politicians was out there from other political party. Big up to yourself. Big up to yourself, because as I say again, the enemy of my enemy becomes my friend. And why I listen it again. The enemy of my enemy becomes my friend. Because at the end of the day, we got to unite for bring down the monster, so be it. So be it, my brothers and sisters. And to some of them that I see that got a platform, right? They're not for the monster party, but yet still they're not for Win party, but yet still they're attacking Win party leader. Yeah, I tell you, make up your mind where you are stand, man. Because you alone can't bring them down. If all the other opposition party don't come together and speak with one voice, it's hard to bring down the monster. It is very much hard for defeat that monster. Because we also saw what transpired the last election. That monster gave themselves 36 seats. 36 seats in my whole entire history being on this earth, right? I know all the time election is run, right? We just get 32, 33, 32, 33, 32, 33. One governing party that end up in government by 1 seat. I don't know how they end up with 36. And then to add it, we had a very low voter turnout. So how they end up with 36, only God never could tell me that. Anyhow, come out for that, that's your way. Now.
I'm telling you. How they end up with that? The conversation is unity or else, is more the same. Unity or more the same. Maybe don't forget that the recent success that the most foundation part of the opposition, which would be the AP and UPNC, the most recent success that they would have would come through coalition politics. Some amount of unity within the opposition is necessary, or else is more the same. Boy. You hear some more from our brother Candace James.
Let me get into the meat of my matter. You see all you guys that think you are jumping up, right? And going and support the T20 cricket. We got a tragedy happening right there, right now. And all you are going up and jump up and support the T20 cricket. Y'all and the president and all of them. Y'all forget that our loved ones, our brothers and sisters, still some of them still in that boat at the bottom of the sea. Whatever remain of them still there. No, we don't have no time for cricket. Number one, cricket coming to Guyana, cricket don't do nothing for that country.
Real thing.
Adriana Young, God forbid it, as I say again. Adriana Young death put Guyana on the map. Cricket didn't put us on the map. The world was talking about that injustice. Yeah, I tell you, what transpired with that child. Everybody wanted to know what really went down. Cricket didn't put us on no map. And then the cricket is a franchise cricket. I open my eyes. It's a franchise cricket. It has nothing to do with Guyana versus Trinidad. And no, this is franchise player. You got Guyanese player playing all over. You got Trinidad player playing out Jamaica play. Same thing wrong in the Caribbean. So I don't put much emphasis in terms of cricket. I don't even really watch these chauvinist. And that's why I'm knocking cricket, I'm knocking cricketers. Because everybody gotta do them, everybody gotta get paid. You know what I mean? But we got more important issue. Instead of Exxon Mobile sponsoring cricket, Do us a favor. Bring up the boat. Bring up the boat. Mr. Rockcliffe is you I'm talking to now. The head of exam. Rockcliffe, I'm speaking to you. Do us a favor. Because a lot of us got loved ones still on that boat. And before I even go live for this video, I could tell y'all, because I watched my little Amerindian brother in the hammock and he's speaking. He said everybody's advantaging Amerindian people and so. Let me tell y'all this. I'm a black buck. And I'm proud of it. So, Brad, I'm a black buck. Because my mother half black, half Amerindian. I know some people don't like the word buck, but I can call myself black buck. This is what I'm going to name it next year. I'm going to put a big on it, black buck. And I'm proud to be a buck. But I'm one of them buck that you can't put your arm in my mouth and bite off your finger. Yeah, I tell you. I'm one of them buck that you can't put your finger in my mouth and bite it off. Yeah, I tell you. So don't believe that because buck people look like they ain't got nobody to represent them. I can represent the half of me, which is the buck people half. Right? And I can be honest with you, Amerindian people. Right? I can call myself black buck. I can call you guys Amerindian. Let me tell you something this is. Some of face, Brad. Because this is the buck in me. Let me tell you something, right? If you guys don't know, just like how the government of Guyana selling us out to the foreigners and the investors, is the same way the two show when them selling y'all out. It's the same way, my brothers and sisters, the two show and them selling y'all out.
It's a dark reality, I'm telling you. A dark reality.
Yeah, I tell you, because if the two showing them, they don't put on the foot from day one and tell them, hey, my people and them ain't going on the boat, we ain't catching the boat.
Real thing. If the two shows they really had the ability, because a lot of them might be drinking soup. You know what I'm saying? So they can't really say nothing right now and defend the people in the way that they should. Because they're supposed to be kicking up a storm right now. They're supposed to be the head of every protest. Given the fact that so many persons from that area would have been a part of that tragedy.
That boat is very much unfit for people to travel upon. You have to put on the foot, right? The water don't get changes long in a lot of indigenous village. But you know what? The two shows in them, no different from the government. So long as they're eating, to hell with everybody else. To hell with everybody else. The two shows in them, I'm speaking to you, yes, you, that is come down to town and then you most fanciest hotel and meet with your government ministers and get your little sala, you know me, a little sala, right? And relax and go back there and sell the people dreams. The two show and them in Guyana. Let me say this again, and I'm not saying it with no water in my mouth. I am a black box, I could call up on y'all. Yeah, I tell you, the two shows and them in Guyana. Let me say this here. And the government, they're all in bed. It's very rare you find a two show that will even stand up because guess what? Everybody looking about what they could gain. Them and the government got one thing in common. The two show and the government got one thing in common. It's all about self-gratification and what they could gain and how the family could look prestige among the others and them. Yeah, I tell you, they're the one that's selling out the Amerindian people, the indigenous people in them. Yeah, I tell you, if they start up and put on the foot, they're not gonna have the boat for come out the water long now. But guess what? They are got cane in the mouth, so they're sucking the juice. The juice sweet. It's sweet. So it ain't troubling them. It ain't troubling them. It's not troubling them, bro. Yeah, I tell you. But we so divided as a country right now, it is not funny. So divided, I don't see nothing gonna make us go back together. Nothing gonna make us go back together. But Mr. Rockcliffe, I'm asking you, I'm pleading with you. Because yeah, I don't work with billions of US from Guyana. But you know, Guyana could have done paid off the whole entire debt that the old IMF and everybody else, and our money was a drop. Maybe $2 for $1 US. Yeah, I'm telling you, maybe $2 for $1 US. Because when you pay off the debt, your money can drop. Yeah, I tell you, but guess what? No, we don't want that. We sinking in debts. Exam walking away. Guy back home, build a country. Everybody else, the Chinese, taking all our wealth and resources, guy back home and build a country. And you know what we doing? We broken down our own. We broken down our own for others build their own. It's like I taking board off my house for giving neighbor for build your house. Make them make sense, brother. Make them make sense. You tell me.
It's a dark reality. I think about it. It's like, what are we really doing? It's kind of like The persons that are a part of the government, the people them that making the real decisions, the persons with the power that they would have obtained by the populace, right? It seems like there's no levels to the foolishness that's going on. Because it seems like everywhere you look, there's something that you can identify, you know? With things to back it up to, not just identify it, you could actually research it and showcase this, showcase that. You know, it's real sad, buddy, because it's not like if it's a country that didn't know its hardships. Like we had our hardships. Now we got the good times. Now we got the opportunity to really change things because of the development with the island, stuff like that. And then you got to hear all of these things over and over again. Guess what? Let's hear some of what Honorable Amansa Desir is highlighting about what's going on with the MV Barima and other things in Guyana.
Like the rafts, the safety rafts on the vessel were not serviceable, some of them. The fact that this vessel had gone under so much patchwork, and the fact that there was a tender of $125 million out for this vessel because it was basically in an unseaworthy condition. So they have to put somebody out there for people to be angry at. But I want to remind people that justice does not mean that somebody got to pay. Justice means that the right people must pay.
Yep, and you know, that is what we heard consistently on the protest line today, that this situation didn't occur overnight. And there seems to have been a series of events and circumstances that pervaded over a long period of time, a kind of lax attitude to the health and safety of these passengers. And we just seem to have taken it as the norm. The same way we were talking about how we take the crassness of the AG as the norm, not understanding or not realizing attorney generals don't conduct themselves in this manner. Man, when you see and listen to and hear the attorney generals in neighboring Trinidad, my God, it's something to behold. And then you got Anil Nandilal. I'm answering for the folks who are now joining us. Let us take them to the protest today outside of the office of the president, organized by the Amerindian People's Association. Former Member of Parliament Cathy Hughes, I think, raised some very, very substantive issues in her commentary, and I'd love to have you expand on them or pronounce on them either way. Thank you very much. So, folks, outside of the office of the president, as I said,
I feel broken, like most of Guyana, and I felt strongly that I needed to come and support any organization that is standing and saying that we can't continue to operate like this as a country. I feel strongly that Mr. Edghill needs to go because he is the head of this ministry. And, you know, if you consider that the PPP have been managers of our country for the last 34 years, minus just 5 years. Now, I know this culture has been maintained by both many administrations, but the reality is that for the last maybe 20 or so years, definitely the last 15 years, Mr. Edghill has had an opportunity to change the culture that allows people to pay a bribe, to overload a boat, business people to get their stuff on at last minute, a phone call from a minister, lack of safety equipment, expired, we heard yesterday, expired life jackets, 200 life jackets on that boat. If a system forced everybody that when they walked onto the boat, they were handed a life jacket, and we ensured that they put it on, maybe we would have had more bodies floating in the water that could have been rescued. The fact that we pay for helicopters to sit at Ogle And it took 3 hours for a helicopter to get up in the air. They could have gone with those big floodlights over the water. I mean, the rescue system, the culture, everything that is wrong, we cannot continue to just say this is good and we accept it. The fact that the poorest of the poor in this country have to have their children lie on the floor of a boat, and then when it's turning over, boxes are falling on top of them because we don't even package the cargo in a place where people could be safe in the event of an emergency. I mean, everything is totally wrong, and we have to have a change in the system, and EGL has done nothing to change this culture that is part of Guyanese culture for so many years, and so we need somebody else in there that can start to fix it. We can't go on like this.
Amanzo, I don't think Guyanese have a close-up the way we do in the National Assembly and in this politics of the PPP, and perhaps for good reason too. When they talk about all the things that they're doing and the monies they're spending and the transformational government that is here for an ally and so on, you don't hear the things MP, former MP Cathy Hughes raised there. And then they want to blame it now on the captain, the first mate, and the good superintendent. Amanza, touch on any of that, if you will, and tell us, how did your visit go when you checked the wellness of these gentlemen just today as well?
Sharon, I have to agree with Cathy. We are in the National Assembly, and so we understand the amounts of money that have been appropriated for various things. She talked about the GDF helicopters. We gave the GDF money for 2 new Bell helicopters. They were purchased, brought here amid great fanfare. We were told that they had search and rescue capability, and this is why they were so expensive, and so on and so forth. And they're sitting in a hangar with some system burnt, some electrical system burnt, and not in service to the people of Guyana. Were they there and capable of being deployed, more lives would have been saved. The problem that we have in Guyana, Sherrod, is that we have normalized lawlessness. And so sometimes some of us are to be blamed for this as well, because we have normalized lawlessness, Sherrod. Everything is a run-in, everything is a shortcut. In fact, doing things the right way and the lawful way is an inconvenience. And for some people, if it doesn't have a tinge of corruption in it, like they don't feel good. And so this is what happens when the chickens come home to roost, because we have excused this normalization of corruption. I remember when David Granger's AP and UFC government was in place and they started clamping down on certain things, they received backlash from their own supporters saying, oh, they want the small man eat. Small man got to eat. Not understanding that what David Granger was attempting to do was to put the foundations in place so that everybody could eat without having to be corrupt and without having to cut corners. And so these are the real consequences of these types of things. And I am so heartened to see, Sharon, and I know you made a video about it today, about just the opposition being able to work together across party lines, across ideologies, etc., because this is an issue that unites us. And I think it is a good demonstration to people that not because you belong to different parties mean that you can't agree on things that you can agree on. And so I'm heartened by this demonstration. You know, we tend to have people who think that you got to be in one fixed thing in order to be able to work together and to better Guyana. And I think this is a demonstration that where our interests intersect, that people can work together to bring about and to facilitate real change. That is real growth in Guyana. And that is something that I appreciate seeing. The problem that we have is that this government runs this country by propaganda. They run this country by propaganda. They love photographs. They love bright lights. They're always cutting a ribbon here and cutting a ribbon there. And nothing works. This entire system.
Now, if you and your divers that you so-called divers that you bring, who call themselves divers, that cannot dive in mud water and cannot find the front or the back of the vessel, I don't know what kind of diver they call themselves. I don't know what kind of diver they call themselves. So, there is nothing impossible or nothing stopping the government from bringing up that boat. It is their intention it is the government intention not to bring up that boat because they have so much to hide as to why the boat went down. They are afraid that if the boat floats, it will show all the defects when the boat comes to be inspected. From the engine go right down. Right? From the engine go right down. And what the opposition should do also is to have equipments come from abroad to detect how many vehicles is on the ocean bed with that MV. And then you would know the weight of those vehicles, the size of those vehicles, and you would know more so the weight that boat was carrying at the time. Right? So the boat went down just a couple minutes after 11 o'clock. And the boat went down just a few miles off the Damwara River mouth. Why the Coast Guard take 3 hours to get to that location? Why the Coast Guard take 3 hours to get to that location? When they have the I-Powers boat, the police have the I-Powers boat, horsepowers. And from the river mouth to the location is just a 20 minutes drive with the boat. Why they take 3 hours? You tell me, how can those people survive in that water? For 3 hours, that deep water, children that cannot even swim, children that cannot even walk. Tell me how this government expect that those children would have survived in that water for 3 hours. What needs to get to the Commissioner of Inquiries is what time aviation received the distress signal, what time they pass it to Coast Guard and other personnel. Those are the key things in that investigation as to what resulted in the death of so many people. Right? But my thing is, and there's another thing the public should call for. If the MV Barima cannot float, then those men should not be in prison. If the MV Barima cannot float, then those men should be released immediately from police custody. Right? Because there is no evidence to jail those men. because the prime evidence is on the ocean floor lying down. And what the police did, not the police, what the government did, is to collect those men soon as they've been rescued, put them in police custody, pass them through court, and send them to jail so that they would not speak to the media. So that they would not speak to the media or the opposition would not get a chance to interview them. Because there's so much those men has to say. Right? There is so much those men has to say. And I would not trust this commission of inquiry that's coming up. Right? Because these are men probably have close ties with the PP government. So we would not have a credible and a partial investigation done by this inquiry. Right? So if the government choose to leave the boat there, then there is no case against these men. Because all what you're hearing here is air said them said she said the DP get and she put it on record. She's another waste of time. Shalimar Aliak is a waste of time as DPP. Right? And I think it's time Shalimar Aliak gets removed from there as soon as the next government change. Right? How can you be the public prosecution department with lack of evidence? You permit charges to be instituted against these men, pass them through court criminally, and remand them to prison without the investigation even started. So on what grounds these men were prosecuted on? Yes, you said something, 2 counts of murder. Where are the evidence to show? Where are the evidence to show that it is these men negligence that the boat went down? Yes, the people say they were drinking. Yes, the people say they were smoking. Where are the tests that you test these people that is positive, as you allege, to prove to the country or to the public that indeed these men were under the influence of alcohol and under the influence of marijuana? Those test receipts must be presented to the Commission of Inquiry with date and time and place or venue that the test was done, and with those men assigned to those men name assigned to it. Guyanese public, it's time y'all come out and take the street and protest against this government for this particular reason. Because this is another count of murders under the PP government that is going to be swept under the carpet.
Sad situation there. Let's hope that that's definitely not going to be the case with this one. PA, big up yourself. Thanks for being a part of the live. Insightful moderation is definitely a part of the flight. June, thanks for tuning in. Anthony is saying, Mark, how could you Mark, how come you at your old age, see serious, can't bring up a boat? Barbara, thanks for tuning in. Big up to all the frequent travelers, all the new travelers with us. As we get into these very important and trending headlines.
Three men were charged for murder with regards to the MV Barima tragedy. Now, to constitute the offense of murder, by the way, I'm a former police officer. To constitute the offense of murder, there must be dead bodies, there must be malice aforethought, there must be a murder weapon. Now, how can three men be charged for murder and the murder weapon is still beneath the water surface? Who knows? Maybe with more bodies, or should I say skeletal remains? What kind of Guyana police force we have? You know, who are giving the instructions? How can three men be charged for murder? Can it be proven that these people had a beef with anyone on board? These people physically kill anybody? They're workers. They're not owners of the vessel. They are just common workers working with instructions. Full stop. I'm going to stop right there. Good afternoon, TikTok. Three men were charged for murder with regards to the MV Barima tragedy. Now, to constitute the offense of murder, by the way, I'm a former police officer. To constitute the offense.
Making this video. I don't think we should take any more of this. Guyana does not belong to the PPP. It does not belong to the PNC. It does not belong to WIN. It belongs to all of us. If we are going to continue to sit and to allow any government to leave our pensioners starving, to leave our teachers suffering, to leave our police officer that can't make it through the month, our soldiers, to leave our single mothers without a home, to give it to foreigners, to continue to make us the citizens of this country, and I'm speaking because of my own pain, to continue to suffer in this country. I called for the pensioner last because these people were the backbone of this country. I've spoke earlier about our indigenous people. The way we have been treated, people. If you look at the news today, they got all the money to give us. You know why? Because they want to lie to you again. So tonight, I'm making this video to tell each and every one of the right-minded, right-thinking Guyanese who feels that enough is enough. It is time we make our voices heard. They have stripped me, and I've decided not just to fight for myself, but to fight for all of you. I cannot do it by myself. So this here is a call on the entire opposition for us to mobilize our people and demand our fair share of this country. I'm speaking here in a lot of pain. I have not even gotten to the disaster. We just lost over 100 Guyanese, and to watch the politician of this country sit on national television and talk to us like we're stupid. Ask Minister Edgel to tell you where was the goddamn scale that he used, or the government, or the port was using to weigh that ship, the weight that was going on that ship. There isn't any. Ask them. Ask Minister Edgel to demonstrate how his family was able to ascertain that much wealth in such short time. And we can continue to go through all the ministry and the corruption we've seen in this country. I ask you this question. If I'm to walk down Regent Street and just take your phone away from you, I'll probably be beaten to death. Why is it that we are continually sitting down and allowing a few people to rob us daily? I am not asking for anyone to come out and create any violence. I'm asking you and I'm begging you, it is time for us to put our boots on the ground and demand our fair share. How much more of this we're gonna, every time I pick my phone up, a company named BMSO is taking advantage of our citizens. Nothing ain't happening. A man named Sheriff beat a man with a spade. Nothing ain't happening. A mother called me yesterday. She come to collect her salary. She worked for the entire month. Sheriff wouldn't pay her. She paid NIS for 2 years. Where is the justice for our people? Where is the justice for our indigenous people? Where is the justice for our pensioners? How much more of this are we going to take, people? This here today, this here, I don't know how much more I can do. I can run my mouth. I can be your voice. But if you're not willing to stand with me, I don't think we're going to get anything done, people. I'm calling on the entire opposition. I'm calling on civil society. We're not asking for any violence. What I'm asking of you is to stop the Facebook bickering and let us go out there peacefully and demand of the leader. When we vote President Ali into office, it wasn't to tell him take our money and turn it his and 40 of his friends.
I'm telling you. Well, guess what? Persons went out, and they went out peacefully, protesting. Recently, well, as of last night, in front of a jail, right? And while they were there protesting, there was confrontations that went down. Things that we definitely gotta highlight. Because guess what? Popular content creator King Lucky definitely got something that he wants to highlight so that persons would know exactly what is going down if anything is to happen with him, right? Because things really got that serious, and we're going to make sure that we give you a chance to hear directly from the brother so he could highlight it, because at the vigil that was outside of the residence of Minister Edgel, there was a confrontation and persons spoke about it. I don't know who got a chance to see it, but this is why we're...
All of the sisters, deceased and everyone.
Every single one else could have decided.
So there was a confrontation, people end up getting slapped or kind of thing, you know, and kind of uncalled for, definitely uncalled for, you understand? And the situation end up turning into something a bit worse. Let's hear directly from the brother about the things he wants to bring to the attention of local authority and persons international as well.
Yes. The entire country, I want to hear this. The very same people that defending the minister pulling up in front of your yard with gun and threatening you, I want the entire country to hear this. T-Back Stacy and her husband pull up in front of my yard just now and threaten my life. This is what I want. Everybody hear this. The same young lady that was in front of the minister yard last night. The same young lady where everybody calling Gummy, yes. She's the person who pulled up in front of me and threatened me with gun today. So anything happened to me, anything happened to me, anything, y'all just listen to me words and listen carefully what I'm telling y'all today. Listen to King Lucky. Anything happened to me, it don't matter who do it. Because she pull out about $5 million out of her purse. He was telling you, and she man had a gun and telling me them got money for spend. So I telling y'all this. Anything happened to me, back Stacy and show husband, anything. So when y'all feel like coming back for me, I could come back here, I could spin the block. I don't make a report, and I don't got this life trending. I want this life go around the whole country. I want this life to trend. Let people know that the very same people that defending the minister, the very same people that was there at the minister place last night, just come by me with gun. I done reported to the police. So should anything happen to me, I want this entire country know. I want everybody know. T-Back Stacy, the young lady that Josh Daniel was troubling the other day and everything, the same young lady where everybody calling gummy there, where we put up the picture. Just now on my page and let y'all see. The young lady that was in front of the minister place defending the minister last night at the protest, pull up in front of my place with a man, and he had a gun and she had about 4 million or something like that in a purse. So she pull out and said, I'm ready to spend money. I must do make them go for come back by me place. And I want the entire country hear this, buddy. I want everybody hear this. I want everybody know what we living under in this country. So this is why I want everybody hear what we living under in this country.
Trade oppression. I
don't make a report to the station. When you're ready, you have to come back. You come back when you're ready. If you want, you could go over on Prince page. You know Prince, the big PPP member, go over on his page and you will see it. That would then post his piece of the evidence. So I want this entire country to know anything happened to me, T-Back Stacy and Shaman, the big PPP member, a PPP contractor, the young lady that was in front of the minister house last night. Young lady that was in front of the minister house last night defending the minister, pull up by my place today, threatening me with gun. Just because I out there say defending the truth, y'all come for me when y'all ready. Y'all do what y'all gotta do. Y'all come for me. Come for me. Y'all come for me.
You wear the Lucky? No, don't go in the yard. Don't go in the yard. Lucky, you lucky for me? Yeah. Lucky? Lucky, you lucky for me? You want to look for me? I love that for the second. You wear the Lucky? No, don't go in the yard. Don't go in the yard. Lucky, you lucky for me? Yeah. Lucky? Lucky, you lucky for me? You want to look for me? I love that for the second. You wear the Lucky? No, don't go in the yard. Don't go in the yard. Lucky, you lucky for me? Yeah. Lucky? Lucky, you lucky for me? You want to look for me? I love that for the second. You wear the Lucky? No, don't go in the yard. Don't go in the yard. Lucky, you lucky for me? Yeah. Lucky? Lucky, you lucky for me? You want to look for me? I love that for the second. You wear the Lucky? No, don't go in the yard. Don't go in the yard. Lucky, you lucky for me? Yeah. Lucky? Lucky, you lucky for me? You want to look for me? I love.
The woman that was in front of Edgell house last night defending Minister Edgell, saying that he must not go pull up in front of my yard today, threatening my life. Y'all can't miss the video.
All of his sisters.
I want to do it. Y'all come for me, no man. Y'all do what y'all gotta do. I like fast people in this place. So people can't talk the truth out, eh? So people can't defend the truth in this country, no more. Y'all come for me.
Oh, come for me.
Get.
Yeah, they're trying to provoke them.
see how long your badness gonna stand up for. How long you gonna be bad for? You come and kill me. You come back and kill me. I said don't let you come back, you come back.
Dark. That's a different level of oppression. When because you speaking out about something, advocating for something, persons are showing up at your residence, endangering you, your child, your wife. What's Guyana really coming to money? What are we allowing the country to become? You got a chance to hear directly from Lucky. He asked you kindly to share the information, record a piece, share it, share the live, thumbs up this presentation, because there's a lot of information in it that would be great if it reached a wider audience, widest possible audience. Remember, this is the international digital community where we connect and we update one another on so many things that might be trending in Guyana, the diaspora, and throughout the globe. I want to thank every person that's been a part of this presentation so far. We've been live for a bit over 2 hours. I want to ask that if you haven't already, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you subscribe so that you'll get a notification every time we're live or we upload a pre-recorded video, right? Big up to all of the frequent travelers, all of the moderators, all of the new travelers with us. Thanks for tuning in and being a part of this special presentation. That's real messed up. Sometimes I just want to know why we's always got to be the one that has come out and do this thing to one another. You know? What's wrong with we as a people? How come people could always give you money or an opportunity or whatever it might be to just do things to people like that? You know? There's a lot of things that we really got to analyze about yourself here. A lot of things. Who's in the chat right now? Big up to all the frequent travelers, moderators. Big up yourself. PA is saying, raise the MV Barima. It will spark. It will speak loudly and honestly. The honest conversation might be too loud for some persons, right? And the question that's up today on the live is this: would you vote for a unified opposition given the current corruption in the country? 80% of the voters are saying yes. The question that's up on the live today: would you vote for a unified opposition given the current corruption in the country? 80% of the persons on the live presentation, and today we had over 300 persons live at any one time with us Friday afternoon. So you know, the crowd might not be as big as it should be, but nonetheless we're thankful for everyone that was a part of the presentation. What's interesting is the votes. 80% is saying yes, they would vote for a unified opposition given the current corruption in the country. 80% of the people are saying, hey, We had enough. Let me do something different. Big up yourself to all the travelers, everybody that took some time out to participate in the poll that's up on the channel. The poll question is something that we do daily. You know what I mean? Suss out what really going on. But the flight has landed right here on Delta9 Media Live. I want to thank you for tuning into this live presentation and big up yourself. I'll catch you in the next one. One love.
Study hard, work hard, play harder. Verb, nerve, and muscle power. Keep thinking and moving at any age. Verb, nerve, and muscle power.